Welcome back to Cruising with the Wild Herons. In this episode, we start our journey south to Charleston, South Carolina, where we plan to spend 4 months. Due to some family medical issues, we had to change our plans and are no longer going to the Keys for the winter. We spent our last weekend in Wilmington enjoying some of our favorite local spots and the holiday lights downtown. Stay tuned to the end, and we'll tell you about the engine issues that kept us held up in Myrtle Beach Yacht Club, and we'll also go over some lessons learned. In preparation for a possible ocean-going trip, we had to make sure that we had all the proper equipment, including life vests. Okay. I like this style better than the other one because it's got those in the front. You don't have to mess with it too much. And once we find one that fits you, then we'll put your name on it so you'll know it's yours. You've got to stand up and snap them together. This one's already here. Let's see. I think because you're so petite, turn around again. Here, hold your arms up. Let me see how this looks. That looks the same pretty much as the other one. I think we're going to have to get you, see if they have a kids in a smaller, you know, like a large child. So we got up at the crack of dawn this morning. So far it's been a beautiful morning. It's quite cold. It was in the 40s. Let me show you. It's a little rough out here in the Cape Fear River. I'm going to see if I can show you. I stayed inside in the fly bridge for most of our trip because it was a little too cold for my blood. But it was a little bit choppy out in the Cape Fear River. It wasn't horrible. And it was pretty windy. Of course, anybody who knows me knows I get really excited when we have dolphin sighting, and we did. They don't disappoint. They went to the back of the boat to ride our waves, but I didn't get any really good footage of it. Sorry. Okay, so we're once again going through the infamous Lockwood Follies. But we're just past high tide, and the main channel, they've moved closer to the shore to avoid all the shoaling. So
straight through would have been like that right at the green.
Yes.
Coming in from there.
And so far we're at 17.9, 18 feet of water. Okay, we're heading back into the main channel. 13.9 is what we're seeing, and 14 when we get back in here. And I did not see a 46A red marker. That's 48 here. So 46A is maybe, I don't know where they were. They weren't on the shoreline. Okay, so we're going through Charlotte Inlet, a little past high tide, and so far we have about
hour and a half
past high tide. And we've got 16.4 under our boat right now. We're heading into the area of shoaling. There's the inlet there. And we are putzing along, going very slow today. So Tad, what is it that you like about the autopilot?
Because it holds the course much better than me.
Especially going at these slow speeds that we're going.
Yeah, at slow speeds, I'm twisting that wheel, but you can hear the autopilot. It's doing the same thing. It's constantly changing things. But, it's like a foot to 3 foot left or right of the center line of the Bob 423 track. So, and that's always the deepest water. I mean, that definitely was deep water.
Yeah.
8.2 was the shallowest we saw there.
Right.
So that means a 12.2 water depth at an hour and a half after high tide.
Right.
I just stand here ready to kill it if it were to hit a sandbar. I can kill it. I can kill the engine.
Yeah, he's got his little remote control working on it too.
My fingers on the button.
So it's a chilly day out today, and we're coming up on the Manancy Gore Bridge. Haven't been doing much videotaping because we've had some issues on the boat, which is causing us to go at trawler speed to the marina. We will arrive around 3 today, but otherwise it's a beautiful day. Can't complain about that. As you can see, we're only going about 7 miles per hour, between 6 and 7 miles per hour. And yes, we do still put out a little bit of a wake. It's almost impossible to not put out some kind of wake with this boat, but it's minimal. So this area apparently is Calabash, North Carolina, because somebody's dock said Calabash, North Carolina on it, so that's how I know.
No one really knows.
Okay, so I'm here on the bow of the boat and getting ready for Tad to give me the signal for when we cross the state border, because we got a woohoo. So I think it's before this red marker. Is it before that red marker? Okay, it's getting close. I'm so excited. There's Tad. I'm ready. Woohoo! Woohoo! Woo! South Carolina! Woo! South Carolina, baby! Okay, so here we're coming upon Little River actually it's Little River, and that goes out to the ocean to Little River Inlet. That was the way we had hoped to come today, but we didn't. If you enjoy gambling, you can go out on one of these, the Big M Casino boats. They have 2 of them here in Little River, North Carolina. So today, as we were leaving Port City Marina to head to Myrtle Beach Yacht Club for our descent down to Charleston, we noticed a problem. About a couple of times, about every hour or so, I try to go down below to check the engines to make sure that there's no leaks and there's no steam or fire or anything bad going on. And I hadn't noticed anything. hadn't noticed any problems. So, we were running pretty hard going down the Cape Fear River, and I went down for a engine check. Everything seemed fine. I came up. We had to slow up in the Cape Fear River. Stop it. And so that there was, what's wrong with you? We had to slow up because there were guys working on a pipe, and they radioed to us and they said no wake. So like all around Southport, we couldn't have any wake. So we slowed up a lot. And at that point, I came downstairs to check on Jenna and the dog. And I went upstairs, and when I got up to the fly bridge, I said to Tad as it's going up the steps, I smelled something burning. And thank God, because I didn't smell it anywhere else. I smelled something burning. And on my earlier engine check, I didn't see anything. I told Tad, and he went down below. I took the helm, and he found that we had an oil leak. So, I'm going to let him tell you about the oil leak. But that meant that the rest of our trip to North Myrtle Beach Yacht Club, we had to go at like trawler speed, which really stunk. And now we are here waiting for a part. I'm going to let him tell you about what he found when he was down there. I was at the helm. We didn't have our headphones on because I thought it was a quick check. And he's down there like forever. And I'm thinking, oh my God, it's not a fire, because he would have come up and told me if there was a fire down there. Unless he was dead. So anyway, so Ted, you tell them.
Thought I had died.
Yes, I thought he died too, and I was all alone with Jenna and the dog on the boat.
So what happened?
You went down there. What did you find?
I found, when I went down to look because of the smell of the smoke, what I saw was like a sheen of oil on the top of my tool chest and all over the boat in that area. And I thought, oh, I bet it's that cap on the oil fill down below.
So you thought it might be coming from the cap on the oil below?
Yeah, because that's where the oil fill is. Or that, or the dipstick.
Oh.
So I went down and looked, and sure enough, the cap that's where the source was, right in that area. Now to get that, the time it took was to clean up all the oil that was there, and to get that cap to go back on, because it's a very poor design. There's a rubber ring inside the seal, inside the cap, and when you screw it, tighten it down, it expands to make a compression fit on the oil fill port. Well, the metal part of the cap goes over the pipe, and you have to get that rubber part inside there, or it's not going to work. And what happens is the dipstick tube is actually, the metal of the dipstick tube is hitting the oil fill tube. So, and I mean, it won't move. You can barely get the cap on there, and you can't if the rubber's expanded. So they use this rubber, and now it's expanded and it can't go in there properly. So to fix it, I had to basically rip all the rubber off, and just enough on there to tighten it down a bit. But I knew it was going to still leak if we went at any high speed, and that's why we had to go low speed the rest of the way. And I also had to put a gallon of oil into the engine. Not that I could tell it needed a gallon of oil. I don't know exactly how much oil came out, but when the engine's running and it's hot, there's oil all over that dipstick tube, so it's not showing you anything. So I had a gallon sitting there, so I poured most of it in, left a little bit out if I still needed more. I have a few more gallons down there too. But so that's what took so long to clean up and all of that. And it's still not really cleaned up. It's cleaned up while the engines are running, so you're not going to do a heck of a lot there. But yeah, so we got new caps on order.
Yeah. So hopefully those new caps will be coming tomorrow or the next day. We're here at North Myrtle Beach Yacht Club, and we're stuck here until we get those caps. and we don't have a car. So, and we're probably going to miss out on Thanksgiving in Charleston with Tad's sister and brother-in-law. So, which we are sad about that. But stop. He's so bad. But I thank God we were going to go in the ocean today.
Yeah.
And Tad and I were back and forth because I kept seeing different predictions that the waves were going to be like 2 to 3 foot, and he was seeing 1 to 2 foot. So we were in a disagreement about that. And then the night before we left, it looked like it was kind of like 2.5 foot maybe. So we decided, better course of valor, just to go in the intercoastal. Thank God, because had we gone out in the ocean,
Well, there's two things. One, that the oil, not the oil, the dredging machine, they were setting up pipes, so they had a no wake zone right way earlier than Southport. Normally we just slow down at Southport, but because of that we had to slow down anyway. And during that slowdown is when you went and checked, and that's when we discovered the whole problem. So there's a good chance we would have discovered it anyway. But if the dredging equipment hadn't been there, and the wave conditions were better, we probably would have gone straight on down at 2100 RPMs and spewing oil out, and God only knows if we would have ended up with losing an engine on that.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we would have caught it. We did catch it. So, it worked, us checking things and sniffing and stuff.
Yeah.
But, it could have been really disastrous. So, yeah, we were very blessed in many ways. We took the slow boat to North Myrtle Beach. We were going, anywhere from 4 to 7 miles an hour, depending on the currents, and made it in 7 something hours.
So the total trip was 8 when
hours.
The last time we did the same trip it was 7.
Yeah.
So look at how.
So now we'll see what happens. Hopefully we will get to Charleston by Friday, day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Black Friday, hopefully.
Yeah.
Winds and current and everything is still good, and we get this cap on there soon. So that was our saga for the day. We did not videotape all the mess that was under there because when Tad went down, we didn't think it was going to be anything really. I thought, it's probably nothing. And he was taking so long. We didn't even have our headphones on. Lessons learned. He was, I was like freaking out up top trying to run the boat on.
I was taking a nap.
Run the boat on one engine up there. Anyway, it all worked out and all was good. So
Yes. So far.
Good. So far, so good. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for more Cruising with the Wild Herons as we continue to head south to Charleston. Ciao.